Welcome to 5-Minute Bedtime Stories, brought to you by TaleBot, your child's AI storyteller. Want to create a bedtime story for your child? Visit talebotai.com/create. Now, let's sit back and enjoy the story.
Maisha and the Giggle Galaxy, a silly joke adventure. A special bedtime story for Maisha. Once upon a time, in a cozy little town called Bedtimeville, there lived a curious and imaginative little girl named Maisha. Maisha loved stories, laughter, and most of all, silly jokes. Her favorite book was called Silly Jokes for Silly Kids by Silly Willy. It was full of hilarious jokes and playful illustrations that made Maisha giggle and smile from ear to ear. One starry night, as Maisha was snuggled up in bed with her favorite stuffed animals, she noticed a sparkle outside her window. It was a shooting star, but it wasn't just any shooting star. It had a mischievous twinkle in its tail. Maisha knew deep in her heart that this shooting star was no ordinary star. It was a magical star that had come to take her on a special adventure. Excitement surged through Maisha's little body as she followed the shooting star, floating through the velvety night sky. It led her to a secret place, hidden among the stars, the Giggle Galaxy. As Maisha stepped onto the sparkling ground, she was greeted by a group of friendly and funny creatures called the Giggly Gang. There was Giggles the clownfish, who had a talent for making silly faces underwater. Fluffy the squirrel, who loved telling jokes while balancing acorns on his head. Luna the moon, who would shine extra bright when she heard a good joke. And last but not least, Bubbles the bunny, who hopped around, spreading laughter wherever he went. The Giggly Gang told Maisha that the Giggle Galaxy was in danger. The laughter had been fading away, and they needed her help to bring it back. They explained that the laughing crystals, which were the source of all the giggles in the galaxy, had been stolen by a gloomy grumpus. Without the crystals, the Giggle Galaxy was losing its joy and happiness. Maisha knew she had to do something. With determination in her eyes and a heart full of laughter, she set off on a quest to find the laughing crystals and save the Giggle Galaxy. Along the way, she encountered puzzling riddles, hilarious knock-knock jokes, and funny tongue twisters that made her giggle and think at the same time. As Maisha ventured deeper into the Giggle Galaxy, she faced challenges and obstacles, but she never lost her spirit. She remembered the silly jokes from her favorite book and used them to overcome the difficulties. With every joke, the darkness melted away, and the laughter grew stronger. Finally, after a series of giggly adventures, Maisha reached the grumpus's lair. The grumpus was a grumpy creature with a frown that stretched from ear to ear. He guarded the stolen laughing crystals, keeping them hidden away from the world. But Maisha, armed with her wit and a pocket full of jokes, was not afraid. She approached the grumpus and told him the silliest joke she could think of. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. The grumpus couldn't help but burst into laughter. His grumpy demeanor melted away, and he realized the error of his ways. He had been hiding the laughter from the world, but now he understood how important it was to share it. With a newfound ally in the grumpus, Maisha collected the laughing crystals and returned them to their rightful place in the Giggle Galaxy. As the crystals shimmered and glowed, the galaxy came alive with laughter. The Giggly Gang danced and twirled, filling the night sky with joy and happiness. Maisha bid farewell to her new friends, knowing that she had made a difference in the Giggle Galaxy. The shooting star returned to guide her home, and as Maisha snuggled back into bed, she knew that her favorite jokes and laughter would always be with her. From that night on, whenever Maisha opened her Silly Jokes for Silly Kids book, she would remember her incredible adventure in the Giggle Galaxy. And as she whispered a silly joke to her stuffed animals, their laughter echoed through the room, filling her heart with warmth and joy. And so, with a smile on her face and a heart full of laughter, Maisha drifted off to sleep, knowing that she had saved the Giggle Galaxy and brought happiness back to the stars. The end.
Thank you for joining us on this enchanting journey. If you enjoyed tonight's story, remember, the magic doesn't have to end here. Craft your own adventure with TaleBot by visiting talebotai.com/create. And as a special treat, use the coupon code TALE99 at checkout to get your bedtime story for just 99 cents, instead of the usual $2.99. Sweet dreams, and until our next tale.